Hi, everyone. This is Ghost Shorts, and I'm Diane. And I'm going to tell you a couple of stories from my past. After I got married and had a house, I had a couple of kids. Um, there were some unusual things that happened in the house that I was living in. We had a dog for a while, and the dog would just stand in the upstairs hallway and stare into a room that we had in the back of the house. We had added on to it had been a Cape Cod style house. We added a second floor on to the house, and we had two bedrooms on one side of the house, one in the back, one in the front, and then the master bedroom was the other side of the house with the bathroom in the middle. So when my kids were young, they both slept in the same room, which was in the front of the house. The back bedroom was used as a guest room, and there was some storage in there of papers. And the dog would just stand and stare into that room. And I would look at the dog, and I would look in the room, and I'm like, what do you see in there? I wondered sometimes if the former owner had died. They had moved away, so I had heard that he died, but I didn't know if it was when the dog was staring at that room, and I wondered if that former owner had come back and started watching us from the room. That was just my take on it, but I definitely could tell the dog was looking at something or someone. And other times in that house, I would be sleeping and I would hear my name called by a man, and or sometimes I would feel myself being pushed. I would be lying in bed and I would feel somebody shove me, and I would wake up and I'd turn like I thought my husband did that. Um, and nobody was in the room. And so as my kids got older, one of my sons had a girlfriend who lived with us for a short time, and we were living there. It was 3 o'clock in the morning, which ghost hunters call dead time, and I got up to use the bathroom. The bathroom was at the top of the stairs. My bedroom was directly to the left of the staircase. As you come up, you could go straight into the bathroom, and then my door was to the left. My bed was on the wall where the stairway was. So I got up at 3 a.m. to use the bathroom, and I went back to bed. And in the bathroom was a kind of a vanity that had cabinets and I think a couple of drawers on the side, if I can remember correctly. And I went back to bed, but I was still awake, and my door was shut, and I was lying down waiting to see if I could fall back to sleep. And right after that, I heard what sounded like someone in the bathroom after I was in there. And it sounded like they were slamming the drawers shut. I'm like, who's making all this noise? And then it sounded, we had also the washer and dryer up there in the bathroom, and I had laundry baskets on top of the washer or dryer. And it sounded like the laundry baskets were being thrown down the stairs on the other side of the wall where my head was, on the pillow. And I said, who's making all this noise? So I got up and I went to my door. I opened the door and I looked down the hall, and both my sons came out of the room, because by that time my younger son and his girlfriend were sleeping in the back room, the one that the dog usually was staring at, and my older son was in the front room across the hall. All of us came into the hallway at the same time, like, what was that? And I said, who was in the bathroom slamming the drawers? And they said, no, there was no one in the bathroom slamming the drawers. I looked down the stairs. There were no laundry baskets at the bottom of the stairs. And my older son said he could hear noises and he thought his brother um, was pounding on his bedroom door to wake him up. And my younger son said his bedroom door had been slammed open. This is the back bedroom where the dog used to live, was slammed open. It hit the mirror that was on leaning against the wall. And then the door slammed shut. The mirror fell down. And he thought it was his older brother who was in his bedroom coming home late at night and maybe having a few drinks and trying to disturb him and his girlfriend in the middle of the night as he came home. And we all figured that none of us had made the noises, and we thought that the slamming must have been Kenny's door opening and shutting. But how did that happen? Yet both my sons say they don't believe in ghosts. They lived in a house nearby when we sold the house, and my older son saw in his bedroom a plastic bag, shopping bag that had been on the floor, floating in the middle of the air and just floating there by itself. And he went to turn the light on, and when he turned the light on, the bag just kind of dropped down. So those were some of the things that happened in my house when I lived in my own house. And at some point after that, I had some experiences abroad and some experiences in upstate New York in a 3-story house that I lived in. So those are coming up. Thanks for listening.